Good morning, Internet. I know you don't know me anymore, but I apologize up front. This is the face. I'm sorry you have to deal with this part. I'm the best trader on the Internet. There is no second place. And if you are watching this video right now, I'm going to continue challenging people on the Internet, especially all you wannabe service guys or selling put dude or whatever you're doing out there trying to dupe people into believing that you know what you're doing. I've been doing this for 35 years. Started doing videos on YouTube about a week after YouTube was launched. And I've been banned by the internet. The internet doesn't like my face. It doesn't like truth. It doesn't like people that make money. And more importantly, like I said, what's up, y'all? What up, y'all? Get it, girl. Get it, girl. All right, we're charging. What's up? So listen, I'm trying to reclaim my throne, and it's hard because it's organic. I can't do it without you. I can't do it without you, and I can't do it without you guys. So we've been having a debate on Twitter lately about what kind of trader sleeps well. One guy says being a day trader, you're nervous all the time, you can't sleep, you're a lunatic, you're trading minute to minute, and you're freaking out every minute. Completely false, completely inaccurate. How's the portfolio guy feeling when wake up to see the futures down this much? How's that swing trader, right? Where you just got into something, you bought the dip yesterday and you woke up and all your money's gone. Or selling puts, right? You're selling puts and you thought the coast was clear and you wake up and that stock's down 20 or 30%. Good luck. Good luck, right? Good luck. For me, I'm liquid and loving it. The only positions I'm holding right now are naked calls on the Qs and naked calls on AGQ as my hedge, as a big silver buyer of bullion and coins. So I'm net short. And the reason I do it this way is that it's very difficult to get the timing right as a shorter in a market that generally doesn't go down. So how do I do it? I stay short out of the money calls, something that not everybody can do. That's why I don't talk about it too much, right? So what I'm doing is I'm selling what's called naked calls, right? Naked calls. But I sell them at the prices where I don't think the market's going to go to, just like the put seller. Now, I'm exposed to unlimited risk because if you're a seller of a call, you can only make what you sold the call for, and you're exposed to unlimited risk because you can keep going up forever. It's backfired plenty of times. But so far since October, we've gone nowhere really on the QQQ, and I've been collecting premium in the background since. And again, the put seller's also been collecting premium on the Qs because we've gone nowhere. But now that we're going down, that put seller is going to feel a little bit nervous. Now, the one thing about selling puts is you have limited risk because the stock can only go to zero, right? But as far as I'm concerned, I've got limited risk too. I could just press the button and cash out. And if I'm selling 20% out of the money, right, the market has to rally 20% for me to even feel any pain. Let me know when that comes. So all I have out there that's exposed, I have stops on it. If the QQQ breaks all-time highs, then it triggers for me to get the hell out of the entire position, all of it, all at once. So there you go. But speaking of UVXY, right? Now let's go back to day trading, right? Day trading, you wake up and you're just back to buying the dip. You don't care about a war breaking out. You want to make money right now. And that dip's already been bought, right? So if you guys are looking at the market, happy birthday. If you guys woke up like I do at 6 o'clock lately, or if you were up if you were up last night, it it's a pretty sick, it's just a 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. That's all it is. You break the overnight VWAP, you break the prior day, you're going to go down. And that's it. That's trading. You know, we got something that works every time. Right? I never talk about it because nobody could do it. Right. You want to see it? What's the point of talking about it? Because nobody could do it. I'm a day trader. But I'm just talking about it. But are you part of the website? If you're not, I talk about it almost every day. Short strangles, yeah. But most of what I'm doing here is just trying to get paid. And right now, the dip is being bought. So if you're a day trader and you woke up this morning, all you care about is this blue line. You don't care about crashes. You don't care about president. You don't care about the future. You don't care about anything. And that's what I like about being a day trader. You're in the moment, right? And when you have something that works as lovely as just trading around VWAP and you're looking for faux show bros, you get it, right? So now, speaking of going to sleep, right? And the day trader who can't sleep, according to this guy who sells puts for a living, right? Fantastic, right? Sells puts for a living. Nobody sells puts for a living. Nobody. Nobody sells puts for a living because you have to have made a living first to be able to sell puts. Good luck. You need at least $250,000 to $1 million to actually make a living because you have to have cash to secure the puts that you're selling. Nobody's making a living selling puts. And remember, you get one trade wrong, it wipes out 10 trades, right? But I'm not here every day. But you're not on my website. So, but that's okay. We were talking about this yesterday because I speak for 4 hours a day and a lot of people don't hear everything I'm going to say, right? They've heard March 18th to the 20th that the market's going to crash. But remember, if you think it's going to crash on the 18th, you might as well start getting out of the market as soon as you can, right? So anyway, none of that matters. The point I'm making is that the day trader slept pretty nicely last night. It was a good day trading. You wake up this morning, oh, look, the futures are gapping down again. Let's do what? Buy something, right? So if you're watching UVXY, right, as UVXY breaks the VWAP, you're a shorter of UVXY, which usually triggers a rally in the Qs. Short UVXY, long the Qs. But I thought you said the market's crashing. Uh-huh. Just like it was crashing yesterday. Crashed, past tense. I don't know what's going to happen 4 hours from now, but who cares? And by the way, the market still won't go down, right? How long is it going to last? A month? 3 months? But this is what I'm talking about. When I say the market never goes down, right? There you go. It went down, and now you're buying. And now you just hold on, right? Till it breaks back below that 595. And that's it. Or you're trading the stock TMDE, which means nothing to anybody. No one even knows about the stock, but we traded it 13 times yesterday because I just discovered it. It was some pump and dump, got short, then I got long 3 different times, even into the aftermarket. And this morning, I come back, and I'm like, oh my God, no, I'm so upset I didn't hold it overnight. No, I'm not. Just short it. Breaks VWAP, short it, and there's the 50 cents. So just a lot of buying so far going on this morning, depending on when you woke up. So if you woke up an hour ago, this is a bull market, right? Nothing matters, right? You got Target, which reported decent numbers, looking to short it. You got drones, which DRNZ is not even gapping up, which is surprising. So I'm looking at drones today. You're looking at MDB, right? Here, look at MDB. You had a tradable move already in this one. Ass crack, VWAP break, 397, 297, got you up to 252. That's inaccurate. I just said the wrong prices, but you get the idea. Here's another stock I'm planning on shorting, which is Best Buy. But back to the story, at hand. I've been debating with, obviously, I've been debating with the Bitcoin people. Not really a debate. I despise Bitcoin now. And again, I was a fan of Bitcoin. I dumped it all about a month ago, not in anything anymore. No Bitcoin, Ripple, Dogecoin, Tron, Algorand, none of it. I'm not in crypto anymore. I hope it all burns. Because silver, which I've been buying since I was a kid, 1987, really started, buying it religiously over the last 20 years. But I still own my silver and gold from 1987. Not many people could say that. And also, I was in Bitcoin at 8,000. So all these fucking Johnny-come-lately scum that are ripping on the gold and silver people, their cost average is 50,000, and they pretend like they've been in Bitcoin like since the inception. Give me a break. There's 6 people on Earth that own Bitcoin under $500. Even if you did, you probably sold it and bought it back. So, but the reason I'm hating on the crypto people now is that it's like they came out of the woodwork. The silver people have been waiting for 50 years, 30 years for this move. Sure, it went parabolic and it deserved to crash because any product that goes parabolic tends to have a correction, right? But the vitriol and the disgust and the hate coming from the Bitcoin people, how they hate the silver and we're all morons for buying into it. Sure. At least I can hold this stuff in my hand. You got worthless pieces of code on a screen. Good luck. Good luck when your Bitcoin's at 0, right? At least I could hold these coins in my hand and talk about them, where they've been. Does something for me. It gives me true intrinsic value, right? Your Bitcoin's going to 0. Deal with it. So that's where I'm at, right? So you go on Twitter, you're not looking to make friends on Twitter, right? You're looking to have a fight with somebody. That's all that's about. And again, some people say you shouldn't mess with the trolls, but I'm trolling. I'm trolling Bitcoin people. I'm trolling long-term, selling put people. I'm trolling portfolio people. I'm trolling bull market only people because I'm a bear. I love when the market goes down, but I'm a bear with purpose. I know this market's going to come back. We never stay down. We never stay down, right? You can't trade at 14, but you could if you don't tell anybody and you just hack your dad's account. But yeah, AGQ, I'm short. Obviously I got my naked calls, but look at this wonderful bounce. There's your fake out. There's your shakeout. And again, it's all programmed, right? Again, look, you got one of the most volatile mornings of the last 6 months going on, maybe of the last, since April. This is the most volatility we've had since the tariff fake scare, which created a new bull market, which is why this will create a new bull market inevitably too. But who cares, right? That's the point today. You want to make money today, or guess what's going to happen tomorrow? You want to make money today, or guess what's going to happen 3 months from now? You want to make money today, or guess what's going to happen a year from now? Nobody knows. It's a fugazi, it's a fugazi, it's a woozy, it's a wazi. Nobody knows shit. And that's why now I am in the best place I've ever been, because I've accepted it. Nobody knows anything. I don't know anything. And I don't pretend to know anything. But what I do know is faux show bro, VWAP break trade on an earnings report still works every single time. Still works every single time. And the faux show bro, it's just ridiculous. So here it is again, my friends. If you don't know what it looks like, stock or index or futures or silver, whatever it is, it breaks a new low, then it comes back and breaks back above that level. And usually the next thing you do is you're breaking to levels where you broke down from earlier. and then that consolidates, and then the next phase is the VWAP break, which causes what looked like a crash into a massive rally. And that's trading, right? So the better you get at this, you're not waiting for the VWAP break. You're waiting for the fake out, shake out. You're buying back above that fake out level or the prior level. And now when it gets to the VWAP, you're already taking profit. And then if it breaks VWAP, you better hold, because that's when you usually get the move. The faux show is a slanted W. Yes. But you want that washout, right? It's been working since I started trading in 96. There's always that last, and again, that's those cliches about trading, right? They're washing, they're getting the weekends out, shaking the trees. That's what this is about, right? And it's true. The market tries to inflict the most pain as it possibly can, right? And that's where we come in. You see the pain, and then you make the gain. Silver's not going back to 50. Come on now. But if you get a faux show, bro, on an earnings report, and then that breaks VWAP, 100% of the time over the last 4 years, you get a trade that will give you a profit, which is unbelievable. You know, it happened 2 times yesterday. I'm sure it'll happen again and again and again and again. How do you feel about bull after earnings? I hate every stock. There is no percentages in trading. It's a myth. Nobody cares about percentages. You just care about P and L, profit and loss. That's it. You're trying to make money. There's no percentages. There's none of that stuff. Everything you think about trading is 95% of what you think about trading is irrelevant. It is. It doesn't matter. It's, are you making money or not? There's no stops at percentages. So what's a good P&L day? That depends on how much money you've got. You know, if you can make $250 a day sitting on your ass, remember, you got to put it all into perspective, right? If you're sitting on your ass for an hour and you're making $300, you haven't left your house, you're your own boss. That's worth a lot of money to me, being my own boss. Nobody tells me what to do. I don't really have to leave the house. So at $300 a day, that's roughly $72,000 a year sitting on my ass. And again, that's if you'll do it for an hour a day. And if you can make your 250, then you can make 300. If you can make 300, then you can make 5. And if you can make 5, you could do the $1,000 a day, which is that's everybody's goal. $1,000 a day. It's not, again, it's not easy. But if you can do the 250, then you could do the 1,000, right? And if you're making $1,000 a day, you know what that is? It's $250,000 a year sitting on your ass, right? It's the easiest, hardest job in the world. So every time a stock futures breaks VWAP, long or short's the entry price? Not exactly. You want to see it. You want to see it break down first, then start the comeback. But a lot of times, once you get back to VWAP, a lot of something's happened already. So you got to take that into consideration. This VWAP break will probably be good, but remember, the people that already bought it are selling it to you up here. So there's going to be a new battle. So then you have a battle goes on at VWAP. But if you break VWAP and battle it out and you stay above VWAP, you know you got your stock, you got your move. I've never blown my account up as a day trader. It's always some naked puts or some side project of mine. You know, nobody blows up. Usually the day trader dies by 1,000 cuts. Small loss, small loss, small loss, small loss, small loss. You got no more money. Nobody blows up. You blow up as an investor when you wake up and one of your stocks is down 40% that you just loaded up on. The day trader, every day is exactly the same. You're taking the same risks, the same stops, the same parameters, the same trade. And when you get into that mode and you're doing the same thing, remember, if it's the same thing every day and you're losing money, then you're insane. But for us, it's the same trade every day, and it works. So no portfolio, no swing trading, no any of that stuff, right? So if you're just coming in for the day, right? Your day could have been over already. Little MDB under the VWAP, breaks the VWAP. You get your 8 points out of it, and then it reverts. And next thing you know, you're done. But yeah, I've never blown up as a day trader. You don't blow up as a day trader. I mean, you could. You just let some stock, listen, I watched some guy lose 20 grand shorting Google in the aftermarket. He blew up in one night. But my disasters have been selling puts, being short the Qs for too long, and UVXY. None of it's ever been about day trading. Day trading has actually saved all those. That's brought me back, being able to trade and make money on a daily basis. What's up? So that's why we're here, right? No, I'm not blowing up on selling naked calls to 170 points away from the market. Yeah. I'm not really concerned about the Qs going to the closest I have to the money are 790s for June. They're about to expire anyway. And then I've got 800s for September. I got 820s for next January. Yeah, not concerned. I'll be concerned if the Qs go up 100 points today, which would be a freaking miracle, but yeah. But if you're a day trader and you're trading VWAP and you're trading with some discipline, it's impossible to blow up. People blow up because they say, all right, if this thing breaks this price, I'm going to sell it. Oh, it's breaking that price. Well, I should have sold it. And next thing you know, the stock gets a lot worse. And then it just builds and feeds on itself. And next thing you know, that one bad trade turns into a disaster. And now you're blown up. One PC, or do I need 4 monitors? 3 monitors. It's horrible. Yeah, I know. Horrible monitor setup. Yeah, it's terrible. Everything I do is terrible, but cool. I'm also living in my aunt's house. I'm not wearing a hooded sweatshirt. I'm sorry. I should be right now. But yeah, everything I'm saying is completely irresponsible and wrong. I'll do better next time. Yeah, they match. There's 4 matching screens. I got 2 more over here in a laptop, Yeah, it's awful, right? I need it to be glow in the dark, right? Yeah, but 3 or 4. I run a couple of websites. That's why I got a couple of extra screens here. But what I don't need is a screen to tell me that if you're in the QQQ long right now, you're still in it because there's no reason to sell it other than taking profits. So again, you woke up this morning, you saw the market crashing, then it broke VWAP. There's a little faux. Here's your show. And there's your consolidation. There's your VWAP. There's your test from on top. More than enough reasons to buy the Qs and good enough reason to sell some because you're up 2 points. And that's it. But I am in my aunt's basement. I've never made money in the market. I actually am irresponsible. I'm actually in prison right now, as a matter of fact. Yeah. They let me broadcast from my cell. But yeah, blow ups, very hard. It's very hard to blow up if you use proper stops, right? Because that's the whole essence of the stop, right? It keeps you from blowing up. I guess there's no really way to put it. But right now, listen, it's pretty calm out there. There's not much going on except the little climbing in the Qs. But I got some other stocks I'm going to be watching today. You got to watch Target. You got to watch Best Buy. And let me do a quick video. I don't know if I could do a video simultaneously. Will this work? Can I record? Yeah, let me see. Squadouche. They ain't going to be squadouche today. Good morning. Welcome back to Glick's Picks. Yes. You VIP sons of bitches. Yes, I gave you a video last night, and here's your follow-up. So MDB, even worse than expected, below last night's pre-market, and then it got above that level, and had a little bit buying. You know, if you guys have been up, but more importantly, right now it's the QQQ, and you got your faux, you got your show, and you got your VWAP break, and you got a payday going on right there on the Qs. So a couple of names I'm looking at is Best Buy, and this is already tagged the VWAP, held it, and now rallying. So now we got the level. So if Best Buy is going down, it's breaking the VWAP, and it has to break the 67.75. So right there, 67.75 probably get you down to 66. So 67.75 gets you 66. That's $1.75, right? 400 shares, $1.75, roughly $600. That's one of my trades I'm going to probably look to do again, but above VWAP, no volume. Not really interested in it now, but you're going to be watching this one later. You got Credo, which is getting hammered on earnings again. Fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break on an earnings report. The trade hasn't failed in 4 years. There it is again. And like I said, this is as simple as an explanation as I could give you. Stock's been getting hammered already, been going down for about 6 months. Reports earnings, gets gapped down. People that have been shorting want to cover, right? So that covering is where we make our money. You're not going to short a stock that's already down 50%, down another 20, 13% on earnings. You're going to wait for the shorts to cover. And when do they cover? After a faux show, VWAP break, $100, got you 102.50. Classic trade. Classic trade, right? And we're talking about 300 share lots here, people. You don't got to go nuts. You buy 200 shares, the stock goes up 2 points, right? Right? 2 points. 2 points on 200 shares. Just 200 shares, 2 points. That's $400. And again, it's 7:58 in the morning. Anyway, so there you go. Credo still on the list. Looking for pullbacks on that one. QUBT, very important to watch today. Quantum name that's been absolutely destroyed. Once you see, here you go, little VWAP break. Held it from on top. $8 got you 8.28. 28 cents on an $8 stock. Typical day trade, right? No, the Qs are long right now. We're actually in them right now, long. You got BATL, which is a monster energy play. The stock was 50 cents the other day. It hit $35 this morning. So here's the chart. Stock was $1 the other day, and this morning it was at 35. Do you think this stock's going to go higher or lower? Right? Stock was $1 the other day. It hit 35 this morning, and now it's at 25. Inevitably, the stock's going to be at 0, right? 0. All right, we got some data coming in at 8 o'clock. So that's a couple of names right there. But also, remember, you got Target, still above VWAP. Best Buy, still looking for it as a short. Hopefully, it rallies a little bit more. Credo, still looking at it as a buy, but you're looking for a pullback. MDB, absolutely destroyed. Still looking at it as a buy. But all these levels that have been, I've shown you this morning, if you just wait, they'll come back. You also got ASTS, which everybody loves, right? Stock got smoked this morning. It was getting sold off a little bit last night on the earnings. Again, it rallied, then got sold off. And today, back to prior day VWAP, back above the 1 minute. Fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break on an earnings report. Continues to be a great trade. 4 years running, the stock hasn't failed. Nobody trades Forex. Nobody on earth actually trades Forex. I trade before the market opens. Yeah, the markets are open 24 hours a day now. Yeah. Yeah. But that's what's great about them. Great and not great. I don't mind having the markets open up at 8 p.m. like we just did. It used to be, well, first you only had 15 minutes of pre-market, and then you went to a half an hour, then you went to an hour and a half, and basically now we're all day. My trading platform, I am only looking at Thinkorswim, and this is a typical day trading platform. It's called Lightspeed. I use every platform. I've got 9 different platforms. But anyway, that's Glick's Picks, and I'll see you guys. Sorry to be answering questions in the middle of all this, but you know what? You got the names, and there you go. So what you just witnessed, I do a service for another website where I give my 2 cents, and then I send them a video about what I'm thinking, and I get paid to do that. See, you just were there. I let you in on that for free. Normally don't do that live. So I heard you correctly. I think you mentioned a specific strategy for shorting UVXY. Hell yeah. Well, you don't want to do it today over the next couple of days. But if UVXY can get to the level where I think it can go, which is 65, and hopefully we see it at 70. And then I'm going to show you, if you have the money, this is one of those situations where you need money. Anybody going to sell a naked call on UVXY without having some money to back it? You're going to lose. But the one thing about UVXY, no matter what happens, market crashes, real wars, remember, there's one thing it's never going to come back from. But that doesn't matter, because that means we're all dead, right? So you're not going to be worried about money. UVXY always goes down, right? It's not a debate. It's built to go down over any extended period of time since 2011, since inception. If you go back and check a daily chart on here's your max available on a weekly. That's right, folks. There it is. The split adjusted price now is $6.120 trillion. So there are people out there that think this thing's a real stock that's going to go back to that price one day. And I'm not joking. They see this chart and they say, this is something I got to be involved in. They see that chart and they say, I got to own this. Good luck. So basically what I've been doing since 2011, since 2015, it took me 3 years to realize that this thing is completely just a product that's built to go down. Even though I knew it, I just couldn't accept it, that it would just keep disintegrating the way it does, but that's how it's built. It took me a couple of years to figure it out, because I'm stupid. But ever since, I've been shorting it. And the only reason I got blown up on it 2 years ago is that we had some crazy night on August 5th, 2 years ago, where I was short the most I've ever had in my entire life, naked options, close to 40,000 shares short, and it ripped 60 points in my face, and I didn't have the money to cover it, and it got nasty. But puts on UVXY, you can't make money on those either, because you got to get the timing right, plus they charge you so much. So what you do is, when UVXY does spike massively, they start creating these out of the money calls, just like the QQQ short trade. You go out of the money 3 months out, which is what my plan is. So out of the money 3 months. Let's give it 6 months, right? So look at these, right? I'm talking about $100 calls. Can the UVXY go to 100? Certainly. It could go to 120, right? Go to 150. That's why we're not doing this yet, but we're definitely going to do it. But here's the thing. If UVXY does get to 80, they'll start creating $150, $200 calls, and they'll start charging $5 to $7 for those. You sell 20 contracts, or let's be reasonable, right? You want to just dip your toe in? The 150s are going for $10. You sell one contract. Come September, UVXY will be under 150, because it always reverts, and you get to keep the $1,000. And depending on how much you want to dedicate to that trade, you just sell a few more contracts. Just don't go over your head where you can't add to that trade because you're going to have to. You're going to have to add to it, right? So if you can't add to it and then we do crash, right? And again, I'm not doing this strategy right now because I think the market's going to get a lot worse. I think we're giving the whole thing back. That's right. Fuck this whole market. Bitcoin is zero. Qs are going to 420. I think UVXY could easily hit 80 bucks to 120. But when it does, and they start creating $250 calls, right? When they start creating $250 calls on UVXY for $20 each, that's when we start selling them. But right now, go back to being a day trader because you got to make money to afford that trade that you're going to put on inevitably. By the way, we just had a fat finger Freddy trade up to 607.63. Oh, man. If we're at 607.63 today, I don't even know what to tell you. But the market just said there's a chance because you just got fat fingered right up there. But for me, I don't care about fat finger Freddy. This is a range break. If you're in the queues, you might want to get out before it breaks VWAP. Take your money and run. And I'm going to get coffee. Now, the out of the money puts suck. That's what sucks about buying puts. You think it'd be so easy. You got to get the timing right. Plus, they charge you 20 bucks. When the market was crashing, right? Thanks, man. When the market was crashing in April, right? And the puts, the UVXY was ripping higher. If you wanted to go 10 points out of the money on a put, they charged you $10. So it was impossible. That's a great question. This guy, that's the best question of the entire day, of the week. With the market being open 24 hours, does it affect the gaps? It does. But there's so little overnight volume that you still get that gap fill when there is a gap, and you still can trade around VWAP. So I thought it would be terrible, but so far so good. Because who's up, right? Who's up? Nobody's up. Nobody's trading that much overnight. So it is what it is. But I think the one takeaway right now is that look at what's happening to gold and silver, right? This is the moment, right? This is the moment. We're not shorting anything right now. This is the moment where gold and silver are supposed to be saving us, right? The safe haven, that trade's been destroyed. There is no safe haven, especially worthless pieces of code that you want to call currency. There is no place to hide. Gold and silver crashing while the market's getting hammered, right? That's the complete opposite of every book you've ever written or wrote or read. If you ever read a book about the markets, right? Everything that you've come to know is getting debunked over every day. What's my opinion on Visit? I don't know what Visit is. So right now, again, we're in the world. This is the world that I want to live in. Extreme volatility, no real positions on, and just waking up in the morning and going to work and then quitting when I feel like it, right? So very excited. And I do think we're going a lot lower. We are now just right back to the same spot we were 3 weeks ago. It's not even a big deal, right? So I do believe we're going to break down under this recent support. And then remember, it was just on November 21st, way back in 2025, On November 21st, we had a dramatic sell-off where for some reason the market decided it wanted to care about tariffs again, right? Who gives a shit about tariffs? Anybody care about tariffs right now? Nobody cares, right? And inevitably, you guys all know what. Listen, I'm a wartime consigliere. I'm very excited about what's going on right now. I hope the whole world gets involved. But I don't want to talk about that right now. Live in the moment, right? Peace and right. Didn't we just form a peace? That's funny, actually. Right? Didn't we just form some sort of peace coalition? Wasn't that last week? I don't watch the news anymore. Right now, I'm just trading stocks. Yeah, but futures usually is when I can't sleep overnight. But now futures, instead of trading futures, I trade SQQ long in my Schwab account because it's 24/7. So it's a little bit less risky. And if you were watching the overnight, here's the SQQ, 73 bucks. You only got 3 points out of it. But the SQQ is shorting the Qs by buying a stock. If you guys don't know, it's basically an inverse ETF, and they don't let you short stocks, right? They don't let you short stocks overnight, which is completely irresponsible. But the way to do it is through these ETFs. So again, there's also the SVXY, which is also interesting, which is the short UVXY. And you would think just own this for life and you'll be set. It's not so easy because this thing has slippage too. They correct it, so to speak, right? But the way to play UVXY short is to buy SVXY. So there's always an inverse relationship stock, which is awesome. Makes trading a lot easier. And for my next trick, I was going to tell you we're all going to short the shit out of SRAD because I fucking hate this stock. And I lost 20 grand on it pretty much. And I was up 10 grand. I wound up losing 10. So basically lost 20 grand because I thought I was onto something here. And if you guys remember the story here, I started buying this stock when it broke out around here. Sorry, 1785, almost a year and a half ago. Bought more, doing the right thing, swing trading, investing. I believed in the company, data analytics for the sports gambling websites, special place in my heart. Love sports gambling, love live betting. Nothing I want to see more than blah, 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 blah. And then what happens? Gets upgraded. I sell into the upgrade because analysts are not your friends. It gets upgraded again. I'm like, oh no, I sold a little bit. And then it gets upgraded a third time. And I'm like, really? And then it finally breaks down. And then I said to myself, well, I'm an investor. I don't want to sell it all because it's going down now. I believe in the company. I want to be an investor. Fuck that shit. I should have dumped it all right there. It held right here. And then when it rolled over there, I finally ate most of the trade. And then it plummeted again, rallied off there. And the end of the trade was here for me because I wasn't about to let all my money disappear. And then it did go down another 6 or 7 points. But today was gapped up on earnings. I was ready to smash the stock in its face, but there's no volume. It's just garbage. It's just awful. And, I was really looking forward to seeing if they held it above 20 for a couple of, before the open. And it already gave the whole thing back. So just garbage. I'm probably not even bothered looking at it. But another one, Viking. I don't think anybody cares, but huge fan. This is one of the best IPOs that nobody talks about over the last couple of years. Just phenomenal action. We were in the IPO. The only IPO that I can compare to this one is MDLN. MDLN, I don't think I've seen that much buying on an IPO at the open in 20 years. And the stock, 35 got you 50. It could be over for now, but just a phenomenal trade. Nobody talks about it. Viking, another IPO that was awesome. We had this one from basically $35 to around 50. one of my only swing trades that had worked. And of course, it went up 30 points after I sold out of it. Typical. But I think they reported, so keep an eye on that. It's already been on the rollover. So they just reported 7 o'clock in the morning. Keep an eye on that one. And that's where we're at. Not that Viking. Do I use standard deviations? I don't anymore. I used to. But now I just use price candlesticks, high-low candlesticks, wicks, which I call pivots. It's not your classic pivot point, but it's just the low point where something hit. And then VWAP. And then we're off and running. So listen, if I get what I want, it's going to happen today, but I usually don't get what I want. I think the Qs are going down another 45 points from here. I think they're still going to hang in. This market's going to hold in there. But come March 18th, 19th, and 20th, the exodus, when they all start running for the exits, it's going to be awesome for me, but it's going to be scary for people that own stocks, swing traders, especially naked put sellers. They're going to get destroyed when the Qs finally give up. So that's the 9-month VWAP. That's what we're going to flirt with today. We held it. We held it. We held it. See how the 9-month VWAP is the trailing? Boom. That's where we broke out from in June. Bang, boom, bing, blick, bang. What's going to happen when we finally break it? 9 months is going to give way to the yearly, which is 564. I'll see you there. And I have 100% confidence that the Qs are going to see 564 before we start breaking out the new highs, if we ever do break out the new highs. And listen, I made a prediction about the Qs going to 1,043 on April 20th at 1:43 p.m. in 2028. I could be wrong. I could be wrong about that. You know why? Because I have no idea what's going to happen. Sorry. I could be wrong about that prediction. But you know what I'm not wrong about? Faux show bros, VWAP breaks. And I don't think I'm going to be wrong about the Qs going to 564. Might happen today. And if it doesn't happen today, it might happen tomorrow. It's happening. It's inevitable. That one I'm pretty sure I'm going to be right about, because that's still right in the moment. You guys see this chart. We're finally going to have a consolidation that leads to a breakdown. Oh my God. Incredible. Faux show bro doesn't work anymore. It works every day. Are you kidding me? It's the greatest trade ever. Already got paid. Faux show bro, VWAP break on the Qs. I didn't catch the MDB, but little faux show bro, VWAP break. Oh no, it still works. But right now, I don't want it to work. I want rollovers and breaking the fake out, shake out, and scaring the shit out of everybody, and capitulation candles straight down, where everybody's questioning their sanity for ever buying a stock ever. All you complacent bulls that the market never goes down bullshit. And inevitably, we're going to go back up, right? Don't be delusional. And if you don't think for a second, right? NVIDIA, what's up with it? What? You own it? It's going to go down 10% from here. Then what? It's going to go back up. I hate to break it to you, right? If you are a shorter, as much as you might be having fun today or the last couple of weeks or months, and again, shorting hasn't been as awful, even though it's still virtually impossible to stay short as a day trader yesterday. But what I was about to say is, if you don't think the market can go green today, why? It goes green every day, right? Until the market stops squeezing me out of my shorts, I'll stop saying the market never goes down. I get it. The market can go down. It was down yesterday when I woke up, and then it just went up. all day and then stayed up and then closed, which I just thought was a sucker move. So I sold some more calls yesterday because I didn't think it would crash the next day. But, now we're in the news driven event. Every time news hits, this market's going to move. And that's why I'm liquid. I don't want to have to trade on every news story or be nervous about every news story. And then you got ZD, right? What's ZD? Ziff Davis? This is still around? Wow. Did it just get bought out? What the hell's going on with Ziff Davis? Yeah. Oh, they sold their dividend, blah, 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 blah. Wow. Ziff Davis is still a stock? I forgot about this. But what I just see go by. Here you go. Pipette. Tippet. Pipette. Pipette. Here's some penny stock action for you today. I had some luck in TMDE yesterday. Pipette. Here's a nice pump and dump for you. 36-cent stock. Yeah. So listen, you guys out there, I don't know what you're doing. So if you guys are listening, there you go. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. It's Jaws 75. 75. Get your years right. Pipette. By the way, I saw the craziest action figure ever. It was Alex Kittner, but it was just liquid. It was Alex Kittner on the goddamn raft. Oh my God, it's so wrong, but so right. I think I have to get it. BATL, did they halt it to the upside or the downside? So there you go, my friends. There's a faux show, bro. So here's BATL, right? This was $1. Went to 35. Fake amount, shake amount, VWAP break. Now you're saying to yourself, but Kenny, what happened? There's your fake out, there's your shakeout, and then I bought the VWAP and the stock went down. Right, but you didn't sell it because it never broke back below the fake out and the shakeout. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. So if you do buy it early, right, and it doesn't bro, you don't sell it because it goes down. You got to sell it if it breaks down. That's what makes good traders and bad traders, right? Good trader that follows the rule stayed long this trade, right? Right there. So there's your fake out, there's your shakeout. Let's say you're buying it back above the fake out, or you wait. Let's say you waited for the VWAP break. Now remember, you'd like to see the VWAP break and then hold it on the first pullback. It didn't hold. But even when it pulled back, it never broke the fake out and the shakeout. So you'd still be long this trade at the 26, and then it goes to 28.50, winning. Right? Once you know the rules, my boy is dead. That scene still gets me. And I've seen Jaws got to be 30,000, 40,000 times. Ben Gardner's head gets me every time too, still. Every time, and I'm waiting for it. Oh, and it gets me. Ben Gardner. It's Ben Gardner's boat. So listen, the only thing that's confusing to me this morning is the drone stocks weren't all up across the board, but I think they're starting to catch that bid. DRNZ is one of them. You got UMAC. You got V-Wave. And of course, if you want to buy some Israeli drone stocks, the Mob. We'll see if they catch any bids. And then you got Archer, which actually reported earnings, which is another flying contraption stock. Archer. It's good to watch that one today, too. What was I watching the other day? West Coast Trader, what's up? What's up? Yes, 5 a.m., baby. Yeah. I was out in Huntington. I was out living out on near Venice Beach for about 3 weeks, about 15 years ago. Huntington, Venice Beach, that area. Uh, After the first 2 days, I got used to getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. It was awesome. You'd wake up, I'd go out there, watch the sunrise on the beach, sort of, if it was coming up. But you start trading and you do a couple of trades, and it's not even like the day hasn't even started, and you just go back to sleep. And then you wake up and you're like, oh, yeah, I already had a day. And then you enjoy your day and go smoke weed at Venice Beach and buy Bob Marley t-shirts that I still wear today. I still have all my Venice t-shirts. I love Venice Beach. Anyway, faux show. There you go. Congratulations. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Getting up in the morning. Yeah. Yeah. It's awful. Can't drink anymore. But it's funny now that I'm old, I'm cold all the time. Now I understand what my parents are always complaining about. I'm cold all the time. I'm eating dinner at 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the evening. I'm having a hard time recovering from drinking. My body's basically telling me you're old now. My knees hurt. I get a cut on my leg. It takes 3 weeks to heal now. What's that? A little nick on my leg. I still got a cut on my leg. Nothing heals. Very weird. Getting old, right? That's why, listen, I'm 54 now. I got a good 10 more years of energy left in me. And by the way, that Q long is over. It's gone. UVXY is coming back. And that's why we're not shorting UVXY. I think UVXY goes to $60. Could go there today. So if UVXY stays green, which is obviously it's up 4 points today, right now. But if it starts to rally above the overnight highs, then we're looking at Qs down another 12 to 15 points from here. UVXY above 50, it's over. Bull market's over. UVXY above 60, we're not coming back for at least 6 months. UVXY over 80, we're done for about a year and a half. And it's going to be that simple. UVXY tells the future. What's up, TikTok? So listen, I haven't said the most important part of the morning. Email me. My name is Kenny Glick. Google me. Do what you need to do. Research me. I've been doing this my whole life, and I'm the only one that still does it the way I do it. I let people come onto my website. They see if we know what we're talking about, whether you know how to make money or not. I can teach you how to make money. It's all an education. It's a long journey that people join. I do classes. I do everything. But what I do mostly is this, right? I hang out, show people how to do this. I try to demonstrate it by finding winning trades, obviously. But the more important part is finding losing trades. What is that? I don't understand. What do you mean? Losing trades are more important than winning trades. What the hell does that mean? Yeah, say it again. Losing trades are more important than winning trades. Everybody could find a winner. We're all geniuses, right? Especially when the market goes up every day, which inevitably it will. Everyone's a genius, right? It's not hard to find a winning trade, right? It's about, I could take you on a tour. Yeah. You really want to go to the trading floor? I could take you on a tour. Sure. I'm actually going to do that when it gets warmer. If anybody actually is interested out there, you want to come on a tour of the floor, I could bring you into the back where there's real trading going on. People don't ever go to the back. They always see the main floor. Yeah, I could take you if you're interested. Yeah, I'm going to get a class trip going. The next time I'm on Yahoo Finance, we should all meet in the city. Yeah, totally, man. And we could actually, if we really do it right, they serve you lunch and all kinds of nice stuff. Yeah, but the trading floor is not like it used to be. There's no more real trading. It's all in the back where the option traders are. What's the best penny stocks? There are no good penny stocks. They're all pump and dump garbage. Penny stocks are worthless. The whole market's worthless. We're all going, it's all going to zero, people, right? Come on. Look what the Qs just did. You had your moment, and that's why we took our profits, and then you get stopped out. And now we're back to crash mode. All right, let me get some coffee. I got to do another show soon. Penny stocks are garbage. Most stocks are garbage. That's the anomaly about the market. 80% of stocks, right? 80%. No, I love when things get bad. Oh, do you only lose the money you put in if things go bad? Yeah. You're talking about options. Yeah. I'm talking to everybody. I'm on every internet platform I could possibly find. So I'm on my websites. I'm on YouTube. I got TikTok going over here. And yeah. Dogecoin, 0. Oh, the Vinyl Master. What's up, y'all? Speaking of vinyl, oh wait, I'm gonna ruin this thing, man. I'm so lonely. Email me right now. I didn't even get to my point because I'm a scatterbrain. Email me right now, my friends. Kenny Glick, that's my name, at AOL.com. AOL, that's right. That's how old I am. Kenny Glick at AOL.com. And as I was saying about 40 minutes ago, what I do is I do this the right way. Everybody on the internet, right? Right? I'm going to say this about everybody. Don't trust anybody. Don't trust me. I'm some schmuck living in my aunt's basement trying to pretend I'm a trader. Can't trust me. Why would you? Right? I'm on AOL. Right? So what I do to build that trust is what? What have we learned about trust? Trust is earned. Trust is earned. So I expose myself in a sexual manner sometimes. I expose myself and I allow people to see what I do. And if I'm making you money, then you say, hey, you know what? I'm digging your vibe, brah. I think I need to hang out with you for a couple of months. And then you pay for something. And then it's an amusement park of trading. I know everything there is to know about trading. I know more about this than anybody in the world. There is nobody that knows more about this. I helped build the system that we trade on today. I should know a little bit more than most people, right? Plus, I've blown my life up. Not just my accounts. I've blown my life up 3 different times and I'm able to resurrect my career. I'm still on the resurrection tour right now. But like I said, mostly liquid, shorting some calls and AGQ and the QQQ. It's basically my whole portfolio and 200 shares of Rambus, which I'm probably going to dump that too. I don't even know why I own this stock, but I still got 200 shares of Rambus. That's my whole portfolio. I am a multimillionaire. What's that matter? What's that matter? I still love doing this, right? And I make a little bit of money from the websites. I make a little bit of money as a trader, and putting 2 kids through college. And now I got to pay $2,000 to fix my wife's Porsche because my son drove it into the fucking garage. So there's my life. Jordan Belfort, not only did I meet him, I sort of worked for one of his companies back in 1996. The worst time of my life. You would think it'd be a great time. I wasn't that kind of guy. I didn't want to rob people or lie to people. I didn't want to have sex with hookers. I liked smoking weed and drugs just as much as everybody else, but there was a limit, right? And yeah. So Wasn't for me. I went to 3 different firms. I became a market maker for one of them, and I really saw how awful it really was. How are you? What are you? Let's go Limelight. What? I was just about to put that shit on. Let's go, yo. What? What? Yeah, I was a big rave kid, 1992. Let's go. Me and Frankie Bones and Joey Beltram. Come on. All right, let's go. Don't have to tempt me. I'll be right back. No pills, no powder. Shit still gets me right here. Still a banger. What's up, Brooklyn? Still a banger. 1991 in the hizzy right here. I still got all my tapes, man. Want to watch my crossfade? My crossfade? That's some skills right there. They call me DJ Open Close. This market is dead. Here comes my crossfade. Here comes my crossfade. You like that crossfade right there. Let's go. My shit right here. I'm bigger and bolder and rougher and tougher. In other words, sucker, there is no other. All right. Oh my God, the 2 Unlimited. My God. Now, 2 Unlimited ruined techno. All right. So while we're sitting here goofing around, you missed the Best Buy trade, right? Where's my trader? So also, oh my God, push in the bush. Now you're talking. Oh my God, stop it. Stop it. Now we're getting techno in Brooklyn. I could go all day. But you see what we just did here as we're goofing around? You just missed the trade that you were supposed to take. the Best Buy short. You're sitting here looking at my good looking face and banging out to some 1992 techno. You should also be shorting. Remember when I said if it gets back over the VWAP and rolls, shorted at 68.25? 68.25's got you now 66.75. You know what that is? That's a day's pay. DJ open close. You like that shit, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? When CDs became popular, I would press the button, DJ open close, and just crossfade. Genius. It was DJ open close and the White Genius. That was my partner. Actually, he was a good DJ. I was his assistant. Assistant crack whore. And if you know that reference, you know your comedians. Assistant crack whore. So yeah, listen, hey, if you're interested, email me right now. I gotta do another show. Let's see if they want to do this show this morning. And I'll gotta get off YouTube right now. But send me an email, YouTube. Like it or not, this is the face that you're gonna have to deal with. I know more about trading than anybody on the planet. I'll give you 2 weeks for nothing to hang with me. If you dig it, join up. Prices are going up, not down, but I do discounts every once in a while. But get involved. Get involved. I got a good another, I don't know how many years I got left. What am I, 54? So I got 11 more years. Classic retirement age, 65. I'll probably keep going. Not drinking as much. Came back from Vegas pretty healthy, which is a first for me. Usually I'm sick for a week. Gold's going down. We're not shorting UVXY yet, but we will be. Yeah. Probably the next couple of days. I mean, you never know. I mean, I thought yesterday the market would definitely put up a fight because it was it's Monday. There's usually buyers on Monday. But when Monday rallies and then Tuesday gets worse, that's super negative. Super negative. Super negative. All that stuff. Could international powers intervene to secure energy supplies? There's going to be a lot of stuff. Nobody knows what's going to happen, right? Again, you don't want to hear me. I'm a wartime consigliere. You don't want to hear from me. I got no. I'm going to keep my comments to myself because it gets really borderline racist, and nobody needs to hear that. I'm a hippie bastard, peace loving guy, but I want to kill my enemies in very cruel and disgusting, awful ways. I love who I love, and I really, really hate who I hate. Right? And it gets nasty. And I can't say these things on the internet because they get banned. So I'll keep that stuff to myself. But YouTubers, I got to get out of here because I use this computer to do my next show. If you guys are interested in hanging out with guys that know how to trade, liquid and loving it, everything there is to know about trading, UVXY, QQQ, selling puts, selling calls, buying calls, futures trading, whatever you need. And all your crypto's going to zero. So if you're coming to me to learn about crypto, zero. It's all going to zero. Everything that you ever thought was going to happen, you're wrong. Cryptocurrency isn't currency. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's a pyramid scheme. And the jig is up. You lose. Bitcoin to zero. See you guys in hell. I'm with you.